Okay, I was looking up some jokes to tell at the beginning of this video, and I found one that I actually kind of liked. What did the Buddhist say to the hot dog vendor? Make me one with everything. So stupid, but it's so good. Hey everybody, Nick from 9TCG, and today we have another webcam war for you. I guess the Wednesday webcam war. What other webcam war do I do? We have a webcam war with Jordan from Gym9TCG. Super cool guy. I'm actually recording this in the future. Well, it's still technically the past from when this video is public. You're watching this in the future, which I'm recording this in the past, but it's still more recent past than when I did the recording with Jordan. I'm losing myself and the plot, but the point is, I'm recording this after I already filmed with Jordan because we recorded late in the night, and it was like 10 o'clock, which is late for me. I'm old. So I had to record this later. I don't even know why I'm telling you all this, really. It's just, I wanted to just say that Jordan was a super cool guy. I had a ton of fun playing some games with him and talking about the Pokemon experience as a whole. If you haven't, or if you don't know about Jordan or Gym9TCG, links to his Twitch and YouTube are in the video description. And if you're in the mood to click stuff, you can click subscribe and like on this video. Go ahead and leave a comment. Those are all things that tell YouTube this is a good channel and other people should watch it. If you're in the market for some TCG accessories, I am now affiliated with Dragon Shield. That means you can use the link in the video description to get you some awesome Dragon Shield matte sleeves. They're the only ones I use. You show up to regionals looking and feeling like a pro. If you use the link, I get a kickback, which means I'm able to make more and better videos for you guys. And there's also a membership option. You can click join and see all the different perks. Super cool. It helps me a little bit more directly. There's never any expectations for someone to become a member. Just you watching is enough for me. Now, with all that out of the way, let's go ahead and meet Jordan. Welcome very much. Well, welcome very much. That's not English. Welcome to the channel. Thank you very much for being here.
Thanks so much for having me on.
One thing that you will probably notice if you, for anyone who hasn't noticed or doesn't really watch the channel too much, I can't speak English. Like, to save my life, I'm always tripping over my words. It's kind of a problem. So you run the Gym9TCG challenge, and I love the name Gym9 because it's kind of like that final secret boss you didn't know about. I think that's a really clever name.
Yeah, thank you. That's definitely what I was going for. I've had, more than a couple friends that aren't super into Pokemon that just it's gone right over their heads, which made me a little bit nervous at the beginning, but yeah, that's definitely what I was going for. Super, fun callback back to the video games where I got my start in on Pokemon and just carrying it forward now into the card game.
So the whole purpose of Gym9 is it's like a walkthrough almost of your Pokemon, your competitive Pokemon journey. And what is the main thing that viewers can hope to learn from your channel?
Yeah, well, hopefully as I continue to compete in events, the biggest thing I want to communicate to viewers, especially people that, like myself, I played Pokemon a long time ago, but have just gotten back into it competitively recently. And I think that next step into the competitive, attending bigger tournaments, trying to formulate and test decks online can be intimidating. It can be a tough place to start alone, especially I don't have a huge community around where I live that I get to go play locals in, and throughout COVID, didn't really get to find a community around me. So I had to figure that out all on my own. So hopefully my channel, as I get better, will help teach some ways to play decks. But the biggest thing I'd hope to learn is that it would encourage people to get involved in the competitive side and, see that these tournaments are really fun and have a ton of people that are just awesome and really inclusive and accepting and want to encourage as many people to come join them and play this awesome card game with them. So that's the biggest thing that I'm trying to, get the message out about on my channel.
Well, that's a great message, and it's similar to what I try to do on this channel. It's very beginner friendly, and try to explain everything and walk through as much as I can. So I definitely understand that goal, and I appreciate that goal because I, like a lot of people who started playing in 2020, and that's a fair amount of people, have never been to a regionals. I only started playing, like, I played when I was a kid, and I was 9 years old in 1998 because I'm old. But, the regionals didn't exist then. And I stopped playing before they became a thing. Because, again, you're a kid and you're kind of like, oh, you're whatever. And now I want to play and go. The idea of a regionals is terrifying to me, but I'm super excited to go. So, are you attending any regionals this year?
Yeah, I really hope to be attending the Indianapolis regionals, and then I live in Northeast Ohio, so the NAIC in Columbus is definitely something I'm looking forward to attending as well.
Oh, I'll be at NAIC.
Oh, let's go. That's awesome.
I'm driving out to Columbus. I live in New York City. I cannot fly by myself anyway because I need to be medicated a lot. So, my wife, the first time she ever went on a plane with me, she equated it, like, we were getting off the plane, and she looks at me, she's like, "You look like a tranquilized gorilla."
Oh my gosh.
and that doesn't help because I'm, like, super hairy, so it was a whole thing.
Right. So
since we're talking somewhat about regionals, why don't we talk a little bit about the meta? We could talk a little bit about what you don't have to tell us what you're gonna bring to Indy because, we want to keep that a secret for your, opponents and everything. But today, Rapid Strike Urshifu and Moltres won the Liverpool Regionals, which I don't think anybody would have guessed.
Yeah, no, definitely. It blew my mind. I finally saw the list, like, right before hopping on the call with you. And it's like, it seemed like the Pokemon lineup was, like, fairly straightforward from, like, a Battle Styles era Urshifu list. But then, like, you look at the supporter line and it's like 10 different supporters, and it's crazy. Like, I am shocked that something like that won a tournament this big, especially one that, like, Mew made up the most represented decks in day 2.
And even Rapid Strike Malamar.
Yeah, absolutely. And it matched up with that, I think, in top 8.
It did.
I cannot believe it made it through that.
Joe from Omnipoke went 9-0 in the day 1 Swiss rounds with Rapid Strike Malamar, which really just goes to show how busted that deck could be if you know how to do your sequencing. Which
absolutely
I don't.
Me either. Yeah. So I will leave that to people who've been playing this game longer than I have. I need big guys that can hit for big damage. We'll go from there.
So, do you have a prediction? I know, and it's a little weird because Mew won the Brisbane regionals, and then we had what won Salt Lake City? It was
Gengar Arceus.
Yeah, Gengar Arceus.
Yeah.
And now Rapid Strike Urshifu plus the kitchen sink.
Right, exactly.
Which is what I'm gonna lovingly call it. Like, I'm sure they have an actual name for it, but I'm calling it kitchen sink Urshifu. And do you have any idea what might win Indy?
It's such a good, like, I felt so strong that, like, Mew's just gonna win everything or be in every finals after the Brisbane regionals. And that has all been blown up since like the last 2 tournaments have proven. So I think that based on the Liverpool regionals, I think there's going to be a lot more Rapid Strike Malamar, which we just talked about. Like, I think that deck is going to be super heavily involved. And the other deck that did really well, that I was really surprised did well, was a Zoroark control list.
Yeah, Sanders list,
Yeah, like, it's so crazy. And I think that list, in the hands of someone that's really, really skilled at, like you talked about sequencing for Rapid Strike Malamar, like, sequencing for that kind of a deck and knowing, like, when to, like, you're playing 5D chess with some of these control decks just to line everything up correctly. I think that deck in the hands of even more skilled players, because it's just so hard for any deck to win if it's only being played by one person. I think that if the control list picks up steam, I think that can beat anything at the tables. So my guess is that a single prize deck is going to win, and it's either going to be Rapid Strike Malamar or Zoroark Control. I think it's going to be one of those two decks.
Interesting.
I will be playing neither of them. So I am saying, like, thankfully, the next one is not one I'm going to, but I think one of those two decks wins the next one for sure.
Okay. Yeah, I actually don't. I said which one wins Indy, but I actually have no idea what the next regional is. I don't know if it's like Milwaukee or Indy. I don't have a clue. I know it's not Jersey. That's the one I'm going to. So,
yeah.
But
so hopefully by the time we get to Indy, it wraps back around to Sylveon. It'll be me playing it. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes.
That's the dream, isn't it? What deck are you bringing to us today?
Yeah. So I've talked about it, like mentioned it a couple times, but the Sylveon Vmax deck is what I'm bringing tonight. So it's Sylveon Vmax and kind of a Rapid Strike Toolbox style deck paired with Arceus V. So it's a 2/2 line of Arceus VStar. And I have played the Sylveon list ever since I lost to it at the second, or no, I'm sorry, it was the first pre-release event, the first 1K I went to. At Full Grip Games, I had Rapid Strike Urshifu, just like the regular version, with a Metacham V on release day. And I was cooking, like I felt super strong, and I ran into a Sylveon deck and just got obliterated. And I was like, okay, I have to, like, that's the one I want to play because I feel like it gives you a ton of options to pivot. And Arceus really fixes a lot of the clunkiness that kind of happens with the Trinity Nova attack. You can accelerate a bunch of energies, and if you're facing like an Urshifu deck, you can have the Sylveon be your main attacker. If you're facing an Arceus focused list, you can have the Urshifu go in and be your main attacker, or it has Galarian Moltres V as well to just really hit the Mew matchup. So I feel like it gives you a chance to win in pretty much any game you play, which is really, like, I would rather play a deck that has about a 50-55% matchup against the field rather than something like Mew a lot of the time where it's like you either smash matchups or you just auto lose.
Yeah.
I really like decks that allow you to pivot and like make changes and adjustments during the game. So that's why Sylveon has kind of been my pet deck since Evolving Skies came out and I lost to it. So yeah, that's how I got it picked out.
Well, it's funny that you're playing a Sylveon Toolbox deck because I'm playing a little bit more, I was going to say traditional, but Arceus is too new to be traditional, but it's closer to a more current Arceus Toolbox deck where it's a little heavier on the Arceus, and it obviously doesn't run the Sylveons, but it does run a lot of the other stuff. So why don't we go ahead and we'll jump over to the tabletop and play some Pokemon.
Sounds great. So, well, actually, here, let's figure out who's going first.
I'll roll a die. It's just kind of tradition at this point that I roll it on the channel. Odds? Odd or
I go
even?
heads.
Heads.
Yeah.
All right. So even it is. That is a 4. So you get to choose.
I will go first.
Said everyone ever.
Right. Exactly. You go second, like every once in a while.
So this is a very different toolbox type deck. You're actually the first person I'm playing it against.
I love it.
I just built it yesterday, and so I've had 0 chance to play it.
So I have not played. I had built this in paper a while ago. I have not played it in paper yet. So you're the first person playing against these cards, which is great.
But based on this hand, oh boy, that helps me a ton. I needed that.
For sure. Oh man. So you said you got into Pokemon again in 2020. What were you like? Had you played when you were like younger as well, and just like getting back into it during the pandemic? Like, what got you interested in playing again?
I started playing when I was like 8 or 9 years old, when the game first came out.
Sure.
And it mostly happened because for Christmas one year, my parents got me a copy of Pokemon Red for the Game Boy.
Mm-hmm.
So I started playing, loved it, and then I was like, well, there's trading cards, gotta get those. So I started getting trading cards, and my parents would, they'd be like, get out of the house for a little while. And so we found out that there was a local store near us that had tournaments every once in a while. And so we'd go to tournaments and we'd play in these tournaments. And most of the people were older than me. There wasn't like a separate, kids division.
Sure.
So started playing, and I actually won my first tournament there when I was like 9.
Wow.
Yeah, it was very exciting. And then you get a little older and you start kind of falling out in different hobbies and everything. So,
I definitely get that.
I'm gonna draw that mulligan.
All right. Yeah, absolutely.
Good luck to you.
Good to go when you are. Good luck to you as well. Open up with the Sylveon.
Yeah,
But that's awesome though. Draw for turn. Like so cool. Like, and I think that speaks to like the here I'll play Battle VIP Pass. To
of course.
Off.
Yeah. Why not? My hand's garbage enough as it is. Let's make this better.
Right. Exactly. We'll go get an Arceus V and an Urshifu V as well, I think.
But I remember just being super bored in quarantine, and sitting at home on YouTube, and then I randomly watched a Leonhardt video because it was like, man, like the title really it got me, and I was like,
back in again.
Yeah, it's cool. The title of the video caught me. It was like something about first edition base set Charizard, and it's like he was so hyped and excited, and how could it not be?
Right.
So from there, we just started, finding individuals like Tricky Jim and Frosted Caribou, and they were, a little bit more player focused. And from there, I was like, man, I want to play again. Like, I got nothing else to do.
Right. So
I started playing online, really enjoyed it, and was like, all right, I have to go buy cards. And that's what it became. That's how.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So cool.
I'm sure a lot of people have a similar story. I'm sure yours isn't too far off.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna use Dream Gift to end my turn. I'm gonna go get a Evolution Incense. Turn.
While I take my turn, you could tell me the start of your journey.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, it was very, very similar. Same kind of thing. I've always I'm a programmer now, so it's fairly obvious that I was, into like the more nerdy hobbies growing up, Pokemon, video games, all of it. Like I've played every generation forever, but definitely was more into it growing up. I've always really enjoyed card games, but Pokemon was one that I played until I was 12 or 13 years old. It was whenever Lugia EX was the latest expansion. There's a Lugia EX card with a fire, water, and lightning cost attack. And I remember that because my brother pulled one at a tournament that we went to. And I was really jealous. But that was the last tournament that I went to, and I stopped playing for a long time. Like you said, growing up, just hobbies change over time and all that stuff. And got similar story. My brother and I were looking for something to do. We're both competitive guys, and Pokemon being a competitive game really pulled us back in. And we got to celebrate a hobby that we spent so much of our times growing up with, or so much of our lives growing up with, and have really enjoyed reconnecting over that with him, and with getting involved in the community as well.
That's super cool. I'm passing my turn over to you. Yeah, it's
right.
That's one of the special things about Pokemon, is how many people it could bring together and how many different ways. So that's awesome.
Oh, yeah. For sure. It's super fun. I love it.
You immediately go into the Vmax, which I do not like.
Yeah, it's this is a little bit of an awkward sequence here, I think. So we're going to play Evolution Incense first. We're going to go get the VStar out of the deck.
Yeah, here comes the Starbirth for an air balloon and a Rapid Strike, or you can go Octillery and get the Rapid Strike. Yeah, this thing's getting knocked out.
We're getting there. I think I'm going to Quick Ball away and Ultra Ball for now, and I'm gonna go get a Crobat. Get a Crobat V. Shuffle things up.
I don't like this because my Arceus is for sure getting knocked out.
I mean, it would still. It's close. I need to find a couple things. I don't know. I'm trying to remember off the top of my head. I don't think I play any basic fighting energy in this deck, so I have to hit some combination of a switching card, a Tower Waters plus Rapid Strike energy plus Octillery. So draw 5 off Crobats.
I mean, Starbirth will get you the tower and the energy, and then there you go.
Right.
So
I will thankfully be able to switch first. Switch into the Urshifu Vmax.
Yeah.
And then we will Starbirth and go find. Hopefully, I'm now realizing I didn't actually check to see if I prized it. Okay. So we're going to get that guy, which is that Rapid Strike energy. And then I think we're getting a Sylveon VMAX as well, which I can tell you because I'm going to evolve pretty much immediately.
This is going to be a really fast game 1.
It might be a quick one. I think I am fortunately not bricking, and unfortunately I think you hit a rough starting hand, which works out for me, but I will Gale Thrust for knockout, yeah. First one.
We're just going to go straight to game 2.
Go to game 2, absolutely. Yeah, very reasonable. I'm guessing you're going to want to go first in game 2.
Of course.
Sounds good. I really like the Bibarel in that deck, by the way. I think that's such like a great card. I'm really like trying to find ways to cut cards in this deck to include it, because I think it's just going to be like, that might be the most slept on staple of the next couple tournaments. I think that just more and more decks are going to play it as time goes on.
I think so too, and I restructured this Arceus Toolbox deck to include a Bibarel line, just because that's the biggest problem with these Toolbox decks. Is sometimes you just don't you don't have the thing you need, and if I can consistently draw every turn to find what I need, then I'm sitting pretty good.
Absolutely. Go bunch the prizes up there, and then we will start. We'll start this guy. See how this goes.
All right.
All right. Good luck.
Yes. Good luck to you as well. We'll draw for turn. We'll attach a dark energy. Can't really see. And let's Ultra Ball a Bibarel and a switch.
Love it. So when you started in 2020, I think it was probably around the same time I did you start with, like, I got the ADP Zacian League Battle deck. That was like the first new product that I got. And honestly, like, if it wasn't for a product like that existing, I don't know that I would have gotten back into the competitive scene, because of how, like, the deck is, ADPZ was kind of a terror, right?
Yeah.
But the fact that I could spend, $25 and have a deck that was instantly competitive was such a huge, like, benefit to me, like, in terms of ease of coming back into the hobby. What was the first deck you played when you got back into this?
Why you gotta embarrass me like this? It's your turn, and the very first deck I ever played, it was a home-brewed, like, Ninetales V Charizard Braixen GX deck.
Love it.
It was awful, and I loved it.
That's fantastic.
Actually, and then I'm sorry,
Marnie here. You're good.
I do actually, now that I'm like really thinking, I think the first like deck I built was a Butterfree VMAX.
Oh, what a card.
because I didn't know that status conditions were terrible.
Right. Well, it feels like they shouldn't be bad, right? Like, it really feels like they should be good.
Yes.
Yeah. And I am going to pass there.
All right.
That is all I can do.
We'll draw.
Yeah, no, like, status conditions, I don't know how they're going to fix it. Like, how they could really address it. But, like, status conditions being, like, the damage-based status conditions especially are just, like, really lackluster feeling. At least to me.
Quick bong, dark energy. Sure. Yes, I agree. I think part of it. Oh God, I priced. This.
Oh no.
It's just today. That's what is happening.
That's all of it. Yep.
I cannot wait to go to sleep so this day can be over. We'll get a Zamazenta.
Done with it.
We're gonna get a Zamazenta V.
Card so that's the other card that, like, I feel like that should be really strong, especially like if Sylveon ever becomes anything relevant, like that card is going to be an easy one of index that like you can go, because it's what, metal colorless for attack.
Yes.
Yeah, like one metal energy splashed into the deck with a double turbo energy, and all of a sudden like you're hitting for knockout so easily.
We're gonna go double turbo energy.
Awesome.
We're gonna go Piers.
Love it.
If you had a pretty dead hand and we're gonna play Piers, what card would you look for?
Oh, that's a great question. I have to remember what Piers does real quick. That grabs a dark Pokemon out of the deck, right?
It does.
I would go for Crobat if my hand is really dead.
Right?
If it's only kind of dead, like, I would probably go for an attacker. But if it's really dead, I would definitely go for Crobat.
Yeah. Well, it's prized, so it's gonna be Moltres.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh my goodness!
And then we're just gonna
Zamazenta at the end, or that's a tough. You're in a tough. That's a very difficult question right here. Like, do you Trinity Nova or do you?
Well, I'm gonna Dire Flame Wings first.
Yep.
Let's not forget to do that.
Right.
And yeah,
always critical.
Do I? Because then I'm on top deck mode. Because hey, guess what? Right. This is just an air balloon.
Right. Right.
So, man. I think I have to Regal Stance.
I think that's fair. I think you could argue either way.
I'll put the
Regal Stance seems better to me. Like, just because you need to draw cards in this matchup.
Yeah. So
and like my board is not set up super well.
You could still take a KO.
Right. If I hit everything, I could.
Honestly, you just need to hit an Arceus VStar and you can.
That's true.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I have 220 health.
Not with the DTE. Yeah.
Yeah. So I draw 5. Discard your hand. Yeah. Well, I don't have a hand because I put air balloon on that. And we'll draw 5, and my turn ends.
Love it. All right. Let's see. I am also in top deck mode. Oh, that is useless of a card as I could draw right there.
Thank you. That makes me feel a little better, actually.
Yeah, that is a. You know what? We're gonna take an alternate route there, and we're gonna do literally the only thing that I can do, which is play a Corinna's Focus for 2. See what we get off the top. It is your turn.
All right. We'll draw.
Remember all I talked about like ahead of this match where I was like, yeah, like Sylveon's great as long as it doesn't brick and Arceus fixes that. Well, as it turns out,
we are going to Ultra Ball in Arceus and probably Moltres.
Ooh, I like it. This is where it starts to get real dicey for me.
Oh boy, it was the very next card But I thought I prized both Arceus VStars.
Oh my goodness.
That would have been real bad. I'm going to go back in.
Yep.
We're going to put a Metal Energy onto this Zamazenta.
Like it.
And let's go ahead and Starbirth.
Great call. Such a strong ability. Have you played any other card games, like in the time between, like when you were playing like as a younger kid and when you've gotten back into it now?
I played a little bit of Yu-Gi-Oh, a little bit of Magic, a little bit of everything. The name, so people probably don't know this, but the name 9 card comes from the fact that I've played 9 different trading card games. That's
so sweet. I love that.
So I went with the Zapdos and a Bibarel.
Great calls. Yeah, that Zapdos is going to be a problem for me. Does it have grass weakness?
And let's go ahead. We'll Industrious Incisors for 3.
Yeah. Oh, this ability. I got to get some of those ability markers before I go to Indie Regionals. Those things are so sweet.
And I haven't played a supporter this turn.
No. Starbirth's good.
Yes, the Starbirth is good. But I don't think I
out.
actually want to. So I'm just going to go ahead and hit you for 180 and get some energies onto the field.
Seems like a great plan.
And the Zapdos here, I only need 1 energy on it.
Yeah, definitely. Like, I think it's such a tough choice now because, like, do I establish a board and just give you the option to completely rock me with the Zapdos V, or do I like try to find an alternate route? And I think it's just going to be minimize damage for a little while. So I will draw for turn. Oh my goodness, this is tough. So we will go here, and the reason I was attaching these did not work out. It's like, well, if you miss the V-Star again, maybe I can hit for enough to knock it out with like a what you call it, a choice spell, but that did not happen. So I will instead, I will Marnie again.
That was the supporter I had. And I said I am not playing that.
Yep, not with that hand. I needed a little bit of a reset. Those cards can gladly go to the bottom of the deck. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Oh dear. Well, that's not terrible. We're gonna set up a second Arceus V and just give in to the fact that your Zapdos is gonna get set up. I'm going to quick ball away a Battle VIP pass.
All right.
Set that over here for now. I think the correct decision here. This is such a tough call. I think the correct decision is to go find a Crobat, which is rough because this is another card. Like, your line for winning is just really straightforward. It's just like knock out the Moltres, take 2 prizes, knock out one of the Arceus, take 2 prizes, and then knock out the Crobat.
Yeah,
so I have to try and eliminate that threat as quickly as possible. I'm not totally sure how I'm going to do that yet, but we are going to find out together.
I'm ready for this journey.
Yeah, exactly. Right. I am going to play the Crobat down.
All right.
We'll draw 4 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. That's reasonable. We're going to bench a Remoraid.
I'm sure that Zamazenta on the field does not make you feel good.
Yeah, no, it's not great. It's not my favorite card to see at all, and I'm just going to pass. We're going to pass here.
All right.
And hope that this doesn't totally go sideways. Yeah, no, the Zamazenta is definitely not my favorite card that you have on your bench. It's such a good card, though. Like, I'm glad that you're playing it more than I'm upset to see it against me. I'm just happy that it's getting played.
We're benching a Bidoof so I can Industrious Incisors for an extra card because I really want to knock out that Arceus.
I love it. Yep. So that's like a benching like a Mew or something in Mew just to like draw more off the Genesect. I've done it before. I will do it again. I love it.
We don't find it though. So we're just gonna go ahead and Trinity Nova and take the KO.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
It's a great call.
Search the deck to see how many bosses did I actually prize.
Right, exactly. All right.
And I will take those 2 prizes in just a second.
Yeah, not a problem. Dang, you have like an entire bench set up right there.
Yeah. Everything's
like it's like
set
a
up.
one whole entire bench for sure.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it's not
This is gonna be a big time draw off the top. We'll see what we get. It's not the one we were looking for, unfortunately. So first things first, we're gonna evolve the Octillery.
Okay.
Or the Remoraid into the Octillery, I should say. I think we should be rapid strike searching for a Sylveon V. We need to get that in play. It's kind of the point we're at right now. Let's see exactly. Yeah, so we'll go grab this. Don't think I'm going back into the deck. It's not for a little while. So we'll get this guy benched. Start getting him set up. I think you're going to take a knockout here. Trying to decide if, like... I think Trinity Charge is likely just going to be the answer. I think that'll be good enough for now. So we're going to bench the Sylveon. We're going to attach Rapid Strike Energy to the Sylveon. And then I'm going to Karina's Focus for 3.
Okay.
Let's do 3.
Yeah, even if you go into the VStar, I mean, I hit for 400 damage.
Right.
With Zapdos.
It's just so... This is such a tough spot to be in. And, like, all of my guys are unfortunately... So we're just going to bench... We're going to bench the other Sylveon V. Yeah, that seems fine. Actually, I'm sorry. I'm going to take that one back real quick.
Okay.
I am going to quick ball away a Remoraid. And I'm going to go get a Urshifu V.
I think Urshifu is the best bet, and I actually took Hoopa out of this deck.
Really?
I did. Because I wanted to make space for another Zapdos, and also I needed space for the Bibero line, so...
Very nice. I am going to Trinity Charge, and just know that he is going to get rocked in a minute here. So I'm going to go get some energy out of the deck. I'm going to grab that guy, and... Uh-oh. It's not what I hoped to see, to be honest, but we're going to go ahead and attach a water energy there and a water energy here. I think that's fine.
Not to the Urshifu.
No, like...
That can't be good.
It's a very fair question. Yeah, it's a very fair point, and maybe I will live to regret it, but the Rapid Strike energy going down on the Sylveon V has already kind of committed me. This is a weak line to chase at this point, but it's the one I've got left, so we're going to see how far it can take me.
All right. Well, I will draw. We are just going to use our air balloon.
Yeah. Seems like a good call.
We're going to bring in the Zapdos. Because if you knock it out with Sylveon, you take 2 prizes. Zamazenta here does 360 damage to that Sylveon.
It's going to be, yeah, it's going to be a tricky situation, to say the very least.
So I'm giving you the Zapdos to knock out.
Right. But at what cost?
Right.
Just the entire game.
Well, sort of. Yeah.
Yep.
And I think I will just go ahead and Thunderous Kick for the KO.
Yeah, that seems like a great decision. I would do the same in your position.
My bird kicks very hard.
Yes, absolutely. Okay. I think there's a line where goodness. Yeah, I think this is the only winning line left, is to promote this and hope for a lot of cards to come through. Okay. I'm gonna draw for turn. Okay, that's something. We're gonna evolve into the Vmax over here. Evolve into the Vmax here. I am going to bench a Ditto. I'm going to use the Ditto's V transform ability to switch it with Galarian Moltres V from the discard pile. And then I will use Dire Flame Wings to get a Darkness Energy onto the Moltres. Then I'm going to use Rapid Strike Search to go into the deck. I think this is going to be a let's go to game 3 moments. Oh, no, there's one more copy. Could not remember if I had a third Corinna's Filter from here or not. But there is one more. So basically what I'm hoping for at this point is if I can get an Arceus VStar, right? I can use Starbirth to get a Choice Belt and a double Turbo Energy and take the return knockout against Galarian Zapdos V.
Right.
Which buys me at least a little bit of time and some prized cards. At that point, how much health does the Zamazenta V have? 230?
220.
220? Okay. At that point, there is technically a way for me to knock that out with the Sylveon VMAX, but it's going to be a little bit tricky with the board state that I currently got set up. So we'll have to we'll think on our feet after that's over. But for now, we're just going to play the Corinna's Focus, draw 4 cards.
I mean, that's a good amount of cards.
It's like we're getting to the bottom of the deck where it's like, do I have a? There it is. Okay, so we find the V-Star. We use the V-Star to find the double turbo energy choice belts. And if those aren't in here, I think we're just gonna scoop. So that's the oh no! No choice belt. I think that's gonna have to be. That's probably gonna be the end of the game. Yeah, because so I'm gonna DTE here. I'll get the double turbo energy, and I'll get the. Man, yeah. There's like nothing else to get because I could switch into the. We'll at least do this then. We'll do the thing the deck is built to do, which is use Sylveon VMAX to deal damage. 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm actually gonna be 10 damage short on the Sylveon. So I will.
Well, even with weakness?
Is it a psychic weak Pokemon?
It is.
Oh, okay, never mind then. Yeah, so we'll attach the double turbo energy here, switch into the Sylveon VMAX, and we'll take 2 prizes. Take the knockout against your Zapdos V with Max Harmony.
All right.
For 380, but then, like you said, the Zamazenta V is going to come up, and that is going to be the end of the game.
So
it's game 3 time.
Even if
yeah, that's killer.
The training court gets me the fighting energy from the discard, and then I just
oh my goodness.
Either way, if you attacked with the Arceus, it didn't matter.
Right.
I could have
getting there.
Yeah.
Very well played. That was at least like both decks I felt got to do what they wanted to towards the end, which is always fun.
Wait a sec. Okay, so this entire time I was looking for cards that do not exist in this deck.
Oh no. Definitely been there before.
Yeah. That's what happens when I built it yesterday. I just leave me alone.
Right. Was it Boss?
No, I have plenty of Boss. I don't have Crobat or Luminion because I said, "Oh, I don't need those. I have Bibarel to draw."
Agreed. Like that's so the only way to play. Like I think I talked about it in one of the matches I played in the second full group games that I have like a vlog of on my channel. Like it feels really bad to like win against somebody that's bricking because it's just like, well, I didn't really win. You just didn't play, right? Like it's so much more fun to be able to actually play the game.
That was a fun game. You
Oh
definitely.
yeah.
It was a little unfortunate that I just happened to get the drop on you.
Right.
And that once that first attack happened, that was.
I do love though that like. Right. Assuming we're at a regionals, right? I don't know your deck list. It still felt like I had some outs to that game. Like the fact that I even had the out existing to get the Arceus back. Like I feel like that's such a shift from when I started playing, when you started playing, where it's like, okay, literally, if you get altered creation off, the game's over.
Yes.
Or like it was so like when it was just Vmaxes like swinging into each other all the time. Like the VStars, the game has slowed down just enough. I'm gonna take that mulligan as well to feel just a lot better, in my opinion. It's just a lot of fun.
It's about to feel a lot worse for me.
Oh no! I started. Oh no! Yeah, I started suboptimal, but I think thankfully a little bit less bad than the than that. And I do get to. Oh, I'm sorry. Draw for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 because I had a mulligan, so I will draw for turn as well.
I mean, if it helps, I could double turbo energy and just slap you for 80.
Right. Exactly. Just go for that.
It would be 60 damage, but still.
Right. So we will battle VIP pass. I'm also going to quick ball away a Corinna's Focus and Ultra Ball away. We'll wait on the Ultra Ball. We're gonna come back for that. So battle VIP pass first.
Ultra Ball is probably better off not being played, so you can, because I know you're gonna get an Arceus, and you're gonna want that VStar next turn if you don't have it.
Think. Get that. Get a Sylveon. So these are the Battle VIP Pass. And then with the Quick Ball, I think I will grab a Rapid Strike. Yeah, grab the Rapid Strike Urshifu V.
So this isn't gonna be a good game, but I'll still play it.
I mean, we'll see. I am definitely hitting a little bit of the dead hand status. I mean, actually, it's not quite as good as the first game, but it's definitely not bad. I
have an Eldegoss.
Yeah, that's not. We can definitely reset if you want to try. If you want to look for another game.
This is how the deck plays. I have to learn. Is this deck even? Did I make a mistake?
Nah. I'm gonna Dream Gift as well to end my turn.
Let's draw.
And I will grab. Oh boy. I'm gonna grab a switch off of that.
Okay. I drew for turn.
Yep.
We are going to Adventurer's Discovery.
Love it. Love that card. It's so good. Like I've played the Duraludon VMAX list a bit, and I really like that card in that list specifically. Like it's just such a versatile card. Like it's the supporter I want to open with, right? It's just super fun to play around.
Okay. Well, this isn't good. Well, if I'm getting these three, it probably tells you a little information about what's priced.
Okay. I totally get that. That's pretty solid, though.
Remember when I said before that...
Rush. It's going to be a rougher one.
So, I will... I'm going to throw down this Collapse Stadium.
Love it. That is a very good card in this matchup for you. That just caps my max damage. And especially, like, so much of my utility is in... Like, I think I have a Lumineon, a Crobat, and then the Remoraid Octillery line. So, like, my bench gets so cramped so fast.
And I will pass it off to you, but you can easily deal with it.
Right. Yeah, it's definitely... I have outs for it, for sure, which is nice.
But I gotta try.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I do not have any outs to it right now, for sure. So we're going to start with an Evo Incense.
You immediately have an out to it with Starbirth.
Right, with the Starbirth, right. That helps. And then we're going to actually quick ball the Ultra Ball.
Like, if you Starbirth for a double turbo energy and a Path to the Peak, I'm in a lot of trouble.
Right. which I think is probably going to be the play at this point. So we got the VStar and the got the VStar with the evolution incense.
Yeah.
We're gonna grab the Remoraid with the quick ball. I'll do the sequencing slightly better so I don't just like throw cards on the table. Which I've done before at an event and I felt very silly after the fact.
No, I'm trying. I'm trying to distract you.
Right. We'll go V-Star and grab the Path to the Peak and a DTE. And we will shuffle up because I don't think I'm going back in. Well, I'm going to go back in with the Trinity Nova in a second here. Yeah, so we will bump Collapse Stadium with Path. That was a misplay, but we will deal with it in a minute. And I will attach the DTE. No, it wasn't. I used Starbirth already. And then I will switch in the Arceus V-Star.
Yep.
The Galarian Moltres. And we will Trinity Nova for 180.
Which is exactly enough.
Exactly enough. And I will attach some energies from the deck.
Actually...
2, 3. We will go. Let's go this way. I'm going to attach 1 to the Urshifu and 2 to the. Actually, 1 to the Urshifu, 1 to the Sylveon, 1 to the Moltres.
Yeah, let's spread them out.
Spread them out. Absolutely.
I will draw for turn.
Prizes. Yeah, go for it.
We'll drop a Bidoof. We're going to Ultra Ball.
Love it.
Oh, I messed up so bad.
No, you're good.
I shouldn't have put the active as Arceus.
You can take it back if you want to. That'd be very okay with me.
Yeah, let's just so we can keep this game going and
exactly.
keep it a little interesting.
Yeah. For sure. We'll reset it a little bit.
We'll just do that. It's not the ideal play. But it's what I gotta do. It's what I gotta do.
Right, absolutely.
So,
I've been there many times before. Pumpkaboo, love it.
I'm gonna play the Pumpkaboo to bump the Path.
Yep. Path is gone.
And we are going to research.
Very nice. I think this game could swing back pretty quickly to a very even. Like I'm a little bit in top deck mode right now.
Training court. Get the fighting energy.
Yeah.
And
I think I have enough Pokemon V's out for you to be able to use that attack for free.
Yeah, for just 1 fighting energy. Yeah, you do. But
just for you.
Before I end my turn, I will go ahead and Ultra Ball a Bidoof and an Ultra Ball.
Okay.
I'm going to get the Arceus V-Star.
Yeah, you are. Love that.
And you probably only run 1 path because you do have a few abilities yourself.
I think I might. We'll find out in a minute here. I think that's correct. I'm pretty sure it's only 1 path.
That's my guess. And I haven't. This is the first time I'm seeing the path in play in all 3 games. Yeah. For the record,
it might. Yeah.
Even if I started the Arceus with this, I could have just Starbirthed to get a switch and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So
for sure,
the end result is not affected.
Yeah.
Although some people might claim, like, well, I still have my Starburst, so it is affected, but they can deal with it.
Right, they can talk about it in the comments. That's fine. Exactly.
And I'm going to go ahead and Thunderous Kick for the KO.
Absolutely. You got it. All right. I think we are going to send up the Sylveon.
Oops, I took my V-Star marker.
All right. I will draw for turn. We are going to, first of all, trying to think about the best route to this. I think the answer here is the Lumineon V. I'm gonna play that first. Go get a. Let's see what we got in here.
Raihan's got to be your best bet, right?
Raihan would be really, really good. Unfortunately, I'm not seeing it anywhere, which is a tragedy.
We are both prizing everything today.
Yeah, this is a tough one.
Well, in all fairness, I thought I prized 2 cards that aren't even in this deck, so.
Right. I think that my best opportunity here is actually to go get a Corinna's Focus. We're gonna go ahead and get that with the Luminion V. I think I should. So there's a couple changes we're gonna make. One of them being we want to get some professor, like at least a single professor's research in this deck. For like moments exactly like this, where it's like I have cards in my hand that I'm not upset to part with, but are going to be difficult to remove otherwise.
Right.
All right. So I think in order to make sure I get some draws, we are also going to evolve Sylveon.
I mean,
Now we're gonna play.
You just need the energy or the artillery, and you get the
exactly.
KO.
And then we're cooking. So there's a couple outs that I can have here, and we found some of them, which is great. I think we're actually probably not going to bench anything else here. We're going to attach this to the Sylveon, and I don't think that playing a stadium right now is worth it because I need that for something else later. So yeah, I think we're just gonna hit for Max Harmony, which will be for 70,
enough.
100.
That's already enough.
I think it's enough. So I got 3 different types, which I think should be good. So we'll go down to 2 prizes, and I will pass to you.
All right, I will draw. We'll throw an air balloon onto this Pumpkaboo, I guess.
Love it.
Let's go ahead and Starbirth.
Yeah. Say Raihan's good here. I'm trying to think what else.
It's actually not going to be a Raihan.
Okay.
One of them is going to be a double turbo energy, of course.
Love it. Of course.
And I think the other one might surprise you. I don't know if I'm making the right choice here, but
I'm very curious. Like I think there's a lot of like very viable options. I have no. How many cards do you have in hand right now?
Oh god, a bunch.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so that removes
5.
one of the options I was thinking of. Yeah. Yeah. Too many for a barrel.
I actually was thinking about B-Bro. A couple of them are quick ball, so I could just dump them.
Ooh. See, I like that idea. But then you're still digging, right? If there's another card you're looking for.
Yeah.
Useful.
So, I think I'm going to get another card.
Go for it.
Yeah. That's what we're doing there.
I like it.
And we are going to use Diaflame Wings.
Yeah.
And I'm going to boss up that Luminion.
Yes. I was wondering if that was going to be the play.
And
yeah, you got it.
Going to... Yeah, I'm gonna knock it out.
Yeah, I think that's the play. Go down to 2 prizes. Because you're essentially putting me to I have to have one of a few different options here in order to make this work. There's a couple ways for me to get like a winning play out. I'm not totally sure how likely each of them are to hit, but
I'm not gonna actually
we'll find that together.
I'll just get the
You
one
have no
energy.
attachment?
Just one.
Yeah, I think it makes a ton of sense.
And you know what? I don't even want it to be a dark energy if I don't have to make it. We're going to make it.
Right.
Fighting energy.
There you go. Love it. All right. I'm going to draw for turn.
And I will take these 2 prizes.
That does not help me at all. All right. Start by benching the Sylveon V. And we're going to play a Tower of Waters to bump the training court and also get some free retreats going. And then, yeah, we're just going to go for it. We're going to hope for the world off of a Marnie.
All right.
So if I can find a Rapid Strike Energy, we're going to be cooking.
Does Sylveon have any resistance?
No. No,
Okay.
It's just a straight 310. No resistances. Okay, that's pretty good. It's at least helpful. Oh yeah, that's actually super helpful. I'm crazy. We are going to Ultra Ball, a Quick Ball, and a Darkness Energy.
Okay.
Go see if I have, or I'll look through the deck first. That's the guy I'm gonna get. Yeah, okay. So we're gonna get the Octillery with the Ultra Ball.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're gonna get the Rapid Strike Energy with Rapid Strike Search. I'm down to 2 prizes. And I am going to retreat the Sylveon Vmax into the Urshifu Vmax, which is now powered up, and I will take the last 2 prizes with Gale Thrust against the Arceus VStar.
Okay.
I think that'll be game.
Yeah, there we go. That'll do it. Jordan, thank you so much for taking the time to come out here, talk, and play some Pokemon. I really do appreciate you stopping by and hanging out.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me on. It was so much fun, and hopefully we'll be able to do this again in real life at NAIC. So
Yeah,
hopefully we'll see you
absolutely.
there.
And I know I said at the beginning of the video, but if you haven't already, go check out Gym9TCG's YouTube and Twitch channels. All the links in the video description. Super good content, and I'm very excited to see Jordan's journey as a Pokemon player and trainer continue to grow. So, Jordan, we will absolutely talk soon.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, man. It's been a blast.
So there you have it, Sylveon Toolbox versus Arceus Toolbox. It was a very fun and close match, and for whatever reason, the entire day I was just bricking. Like every game started Pumpkaboo or Zigzagoon. That was the kind of day I was having, and I'd rather get it all out now before we head over to New Jersey Regionals, and maybe I can have some good starts there. But that is going to do it for us today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, found this all informative. If you did, not only like and subscribe to this video, but go over and check out Jordan at Gym9TCG. Again, links in the video description to his Twitch and YouTube. And yeah, that's going to do it for us now. Let me know if there's someone you want to see me work with in the future. Make sure you tag them too, because they don't know who I am, and you need to tell them. So that is actually going to do it for us today. Thanks so much, and I will see you next time.